The past week has seen a tumultuous turn of events in the 13-week-old trial of 8 Guam police officers and 2 others accused in the beatings of 4 Chukis youths last year. 2 weeks ago, after the prosecution had rested its case, more than 500 pages of documents turned up relating to interviews done by the Guam Police Department's Internal Affairs Division, interviews of witnesses to the alleged beatings. The interviews should have been given to the defense attorneys before the trial began in August. They were not. Why weren't they? An email, now entered into the court record, written by Prosecutor Clyde Lemons to former Prosecutor Jeffrey Moots last week, seeks to find the answer. "Could you write a letter regarding what you remember?" writes Lemons. "This is going to get real ugly. I understand the judge is going to issue an order to show cause next week." Moots' reply is not clear on the question of why, but seems to imply Guam police failed to turn the documents over to him. "The reply I received from GPD," writes Moots, "was that there was a criminal investigation ongoing in GPD, that the Internal Affairs Division had not conducted a separate investigation but simply adopted the reports for CIS for their purposes," he states. The sudden appearance of the documents after the prosecution rested has sparked more than a dozen motions from the 8 defense attorneys for dismissal, for mistrial, for sanctions, all of them rejected by Judge Vern Perez. Instead, the proposed remedy to the defense objections is a stipulation allowing some of the missing statements from witnesses to the beating to be entered into the court record. To that, Attorney Tom Fisher today told the court, "The remedy we are given is not a remedy, but a poison. The stipulation puts us in a position of negotiating with a gun to our heads. We have no choice but to accept it," adding, "This is a deeply flawed trial and a deeply flawed process. I move for a mistrial." Denied, like all the rest, by Judge Perez. But the judge has issued a show cause order to Guam Police Chief Paul Suba to appear in his court this coming Friday to explain why the police chief should not be held in contempt for GPD's failure to turn over the evidence beforehand. Meanwhile, Judge Perez today told the defense attorneys that he would like closing arguments to begin as soon as tomorrow, before he's heard and decided whether or not Chief Suba should be held in contempt. Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.